What's going on, guys? Thank you for joining me again. We are going to be looking at linear equations, but I just wanted to take the time to say thank you so much for coming on. It means the world, just showing that you care. I mean, that's right. That's it right there. That's half the battle. Y'all can do the math. It's just showing that you care. That's the deal. So, first 10 people that come up to me and say, "Mr. Portman, thank you for teaching me math," will get 10 bonus points. All right? So, don't tell anybody. All right, we're going to look at linear equations, and we've been looking at linear equations so far in the sense we were using the table method. Okay, now we are going to use another method that does not involve a table. I think some people find this method a lot easier, and some people it comes a little bit harder. So just stay with it. All right, for some people it takes a little bit longer for them to see. Okay, everybody will get it. Everybody will understand it. It just some people pick it up really quick. Some people not so much. So sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. All right. Um, there are different forms of linear equation that we are given. Okay, and we've got them all written down right here. Okay, these are three different forms. Three different forms of linear equations. All right. So we have the point slope form, which we don't even fool with that in the 8th grade. I could write it down right here. Um, don't worry about this. It's like y minus y1, and then that equals. See, I'm not even too sure about it. We don't use it we don't use it hardly at all. I think that's x minus x1. All right, let me see if I can clean this up a little bit. Come on now. There you go. All right, cool. All right, so that is the point slope form. Guys, I just wanted you to acknowledge that it was there. You're going to see it in 9th grade, but you're not going to see it this year. All right, standard form you will see this year. That's the next one. Standard form is written in the form ax plus by equals c. Okay, where x and y are your input and output, and a, b, and c, those are just integers, okay? So don't get all caught up about that right now. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on. What we are focusing on, my friends, is this section right here. All right, this is slope-intercept form. This is the 8th grade, all right? If you don't know what the slope-intercept form is, by the time it's graduation comes around, I don't know if I can let you go to high school, all right? Real deal. This is like 8th grade. So it is written in the form y equals mx plus b. All right, so let's explain this to you. And y'all have probably seen this before. This is the equations that we've been used to dealing with so far, okay? Y and x. Y'all know what x and y are, okay? X is your input. These are the numbers that go into the equation, into the function, and we are going to get numbers back out, okay? And the numbers that come out are going to be the y values. This is called your output. So those two y'all know already, input, output, all right? It's this m and this b here that we don't really know so much about, all right? The b, a lot of people think this stands for begin. This is going to be the slope, or the y-intercept. Get out of here, S. All right. This is going to be your y-intercept. Guys, that just means it's where, I'm going to write intercept. This is where the graph crosses the y-axis, okay? It's when x is 0, what the y value is. We'll get to, we talked about that in tables. It's where the graph crosses the y-axis, okay? Because if x is 0, it cancels out the m value, and it's just whatever y is, okay? So if x is 0, whatever y is, that's going to be your b. Yeah, it'll come to you. Now, the m value, y'all already know. This is the number that is in front of the x. This is the thing that's happening over and over and over and over again. We call this the slope. All right, you could call it rate of change, you could call it steepness, you could call it change in y with change in x. We are going to use the form rise over run. That's the form that we're going to use for this. All right, so that's just a little bit of backup about what the different formulas are. Let's go and answer a few questions, all right? And we'll look through the steps of how we do this. So let's go here. We're looking at the slope-intercept method, okay? We're going to graph each equation using the slope-intercept method, and we're going to plot at least 4 points on each graph. All right, so here, this is how it goes. All right, this number right here, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to write, where's my little, there we go. We're going to write m equals b equals, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Well, if you look over here, the m value is 2. And then we have the b value, which is positive 3. Now look, one thing I wanted to point out, the formula says, or the form says y equals mx plus b, okay? That very well could be y equals mx minus b. This plus sign is interchangeable. We don't really want to say it's either y equals mx plus b or y equals mx minus b. You don't need to say all that, all right? This is just saying you're going to either add or subtract the b value. And guys, don't put in a negative number right there. You don't want to say 3x plus negative 4. A plus and a minus would just give you a minus, so just change it to subtraction. We'll get into some of that in a little bit. But, you know, I wanted to